Hi, Andrew from Sax, and welcome to video number 7 in our 10 video sequence on mental health and mental illness and psychometric assessment. In this one, we'll be talking about the relationship between psych testing and mental illness. Now, there's an ethical question there, isn't there? Should we psych test people, and should we discriminate in favour of people who look psychologically healthy? Let's look at that question from a practical and from an ethical point of view. So, I'm going to show you later on that if you use broad bandwidth psychological measures, you may well pick up characteristics that are indicative of mental health issues, provided that the instruments are valid. And I will confess that many psych tests in the world are not psychometrically valid, but the ones we'll be showing you are research-based instruments. So if you pick up, for instance, that a person is highly anxious, should you hire them? Well, I think ethically, you've got a couple of questions to answer. One is, can you support that person properly with their high levels of anxiety? A second ethical question is, are you actually making their life worse by hiring them, putting them into a highly pressurised job? Because we know that people who are anxious enough can end up with complete dysfunction in their life. The third ethical question is, psychosocially, what are we doing to our work environment? If you hire people who have negative psychological characteristics, let's say high levels of anger, well, we know that that can lead to things like bullying and harassment. So the point we would make is that if you're going to choose, for ethical reasons, to hire people who are non-typical and maybe dysfunctional from a psychological health point of view, you better be set up to be able to do that, and not everybody is. So, psychosocial risk management is a responsibility of every organisation, and if you knowingly hire people who have negative characteristics, you may well be compromising the psychological environment of your workplace. So let's look at some of the characteristics that we know. Cognitive ability and self-regulation. Smarter people are better at managing their own behaviours and managing their own emotions. There's a correlation between cognitive ability and self-regulation. Second, anxiety, depression, trauma. One of the things you've got to be careful about is that if a person is highly emotionally sensitive, then you are providing an opportunity for them, if the job is stressful, to make them traumatised. Well, that's an important decision to make, and you may choose to go that path. Frankly, I wouldn't. I would seek to put the square peg in the square hole by recruiting people who are highly resilient into stressful jobs. So there are some considerations about psych testing and mental illness and deciding who you're going to hire. And as you can see, I'm putting a strong ethical emphasis on this. The very next video in this sequence talks about cognitive ability and mental health. Click on the link near this video to join us.